Hi guys, I'm Joanna and this is Quinkydink Creates, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make an adorable ice cream cone lip balm holder. It's a key ring so you can put it on your bag and carry around your lip balm, and it'll look really cute while it does it. If you like this video, I would really appreciate if you could like, subscribe, comment. Any of that would mean so much to me. I would really appreciate your support. But for now, without much further ado, let's get on with the video. The other alternative to making a magic circle is to chain 4. So create a slip knot. I create mine by wrapping my yarn twice around my finger and then pulling that first loop over the second, and then again that second loop over the first loop. And there I've made my slip knot. I'll show you again how to do it. I wrap this over my finger twice, then I pull that first loop over the second, and then the second back over the first. So there I have my slip knot. I put it on my hook and I'm going to chain 4. To chain, you want to place your hook in front of your yarn and put your yarn over your hook. You want to wrap your yarn over your hook and then pull it through your slip knot loop again. So you want to put your hook in front of your yarn, pull your yarn over your hook, and then pull it through your loop. Repeat it for a total of 4 times. So there I've got 4 chains, and then for the last step you want to push your hook into that first chain. And then wrap your yarn over your hook and pull it through. And then pull through that second loop again. And that is classed as a slip stitch. So now you would treat this as a magic circle. If it's too tight for you, you can chain more stitches before you slip stitch. You can chain 5 or 6, but you would essentially treat this the same as a magic circle by working through this middle bit between all of the chains. The negative of doing it like this is that you can't close the hole afterwards the way that you can with magic circles, but it is a lot easier. So pros and cons. So I would work into the middle of my chain like this, again back into that same spot, again, and I would do this for a total of 6 stitches for this pattern. So I'm going to start this project by showing you how to make a magic circle. I'm going to be doing my best to show you how to do it in this video, but I will also leave some links in the description down below. Hopefully that will be enough. This is the most complicated part of the process, so if you can do this, I think you'll be able to do the rest of it just fine. So you want to start by holding your yarn in your second hand. You want to hold it with your thumb and pull it diagonally across from left to right. Then you want to bring it down behind your fingers, diagonal in front, and then from the back it's straight down. And then you want to create an X, and then again on the other side you want to bring it straight down. So it's an X in front, from left to right, right to left, and then on the back both sides are straight. So then you want to get your hook, you want to turn over your hand, and you want to slide your hook under this very first line and over your second line. So again, under your first line, over your second line. You want to hook onto that piece of yarn and bring it under the first line. Then you want to twist your piece around. So if your hook is facing down, you want to bring your hook up to face the top, and you should have a loop. It should look like a loop on your hook. So again, you want to go under your first one, over your second one, hook onto that second one, pull it under your first one, and then turn your hook so instead of facing down, it's facing up. And then, slightly complicated, you want to avoid this first loop here. You want to ignore everything under your loop, so none of this, and then go ignore this. You want it to go under this top left part. Again, you've got your loop under your top left, and then you want to drag it through that loop. And there we go, you should have finally made your magic circle. It should look like this. And to check that you've made it right, if you pull on your short end, the circle should reduce. You can make it bigger again by pulling on the circle, or again make it smaller by pulling on your short tail. So there you go, that should be how to make a magic circle. I'll run it through quickly one more time. You want to go diagonally across, down behind, diagonally across and down behind, and then you want to turn it over, go under the first line, over the second line, pull, create a triangle, and then turn, create a loop. You want to grab that top left line from the right to the left underneath, and then you want to pull it through the loop that's already on your hook. For our first row, we want to start with our magic circle, and then we want to start by placing 6 single crochet stitches into the magic circle. To do this, we want to put our crochet hook under these 2 strands. You want to make sure that you're holding your short tail end as part of the circle. You need it to be in between your stitches the same way that you need the rest of the circle, so that when you want to make the circle smaller, you can pull it closed. And then you want to place your hook under both of those strands and wrap your yarn over your hook. Over your hook. And then pull it through that circle until you've got 2 loops on your hook. Then you want to again wrap your yarn over your hook, and you want to pull that yarn through both loops on your hook. And that makes your first single crochet stitch. So again, you want to put your hook under those 2 strands, wrap your yarn over your hook, pull under those 2 strands until you've got 2 loops, then wrap your yarn over your hook and pull through both of those loops. And you want to repeat this for a total of 6 times, so I've got 2 here. I'll make another one under the 2 strands, wrap around, pull until I've got 2 loops, wrap around again and pull through those 2 loops. Again, under those 2 strands, wrap around, pull until you make 2 loops, wrap around and pull through those 2 loops. And there we go, now we have a total of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches. I don't know how well you can see, but they look sort of like little V's. They've each got 2 legs, so that's 1 stitch there, 2 stitch, 3 stitch. They've all got these little V's at the top. And that's how you know that each one of those is a stitch. So now I want to pull the tail. If you've done it right, it should just close nicely. And there we go, that's our hole gone. So now for our second row, we want to create 6 increases. To make an increase, you need to place 2 single crochet stitches in 1 stitch. I'm going to push my hook under that V. I need it to go under both of those strands. I've got a little V just above my hook. Once I have my hook under those 2 strands, I wrap my yarn over my hook, and then I pull it through under those 2 loops. And that gives me 2 loops on my hook. I yarn over, and I pull through those 2 loops. and that gives me my first stitch of my second row. Take your stitch marker, you want to just put it under those 2 strands that make up the top of your stitch, and that helps you know where you started the row. So we've only made 1 single crochet stitch, but to make it an increase, we have to place another single crochet stitch into that same stitch. So we don't want to skip and go to the next stitch, which would be this one, and put, you know, our hook under. We want to work into the same stitch that this first one was already worked into, and then put it into that spot. Again, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops, and then we've made 1 increase, which is those 2 stitches placed into 1 stitch from the previous row. As you might be able to see, it looks a bit like a W. It's got sort of 3 lines that are pointing into 1 spot, and that's how you can tell you've done an increase instead of just a normal single stitch, which looks more like just a V. So again, if I work into this next stitch, make 1 single crochet stitch, and then again, going back into that same spot, wrap around, pull through, wrap around, pull through those 2 loops. That shows an increase. It looks again like more of a W. And then place your hook into that next stitch, place a single crochet stitch, and again, 2 single crochet stitches in 1 stitch. So repeat that until you've made a total of 6 increases, which should leave you with 12 stitches overall. So now take your stitch marker out. You want to create your 3rd row by placing 1 single crochet stitch, and then mark it off, and then place an increase in the next stitch. So 1 single crochet stitch in the first stitch, and then an increase in the second stitch. So as you can see, we have that V going on there in that first stitch, and then we have more of a W going on in the second stitch. So that's how you can tell them apart and how you know that you've made the right pattern. So you want to repeat this pattern for a total of 6 times, leaving you with 18 stitches overall, but I'll show you how to do it once again. Place 1 single crochet stitch into that next stitch, then move on to the next stitch, and place an increase. So that's 2 repetitions of the pattern. So I need to repeat it for a total of 4 more times. So there we go, that's our 3rd round. And now for our 4th row, we want to start with a slip stitch. So to do that, you want to place your hook into the next stitch. You want to wrap your yarn over your hook, and then you want to pull it through. Now you have 2 loops on your hook, the same way that you would for a single crochet stitch, but instead of wrapping your yarn over and pulling through, you want to just pull that first loop through your second loop, and that makes a slip stitch. Once you've done your slip stitch in that row and you're working in the back loops only, that slip stitch counts as a stitch that you work into. So for our 4th row, we want to place 1 single crochet stitch in each of the existing stitches. However, we want to place it in the back loops only. So instead of putting your hook under both strands that make up a stitch, you want to only put it in that back loop. So this is the front loop here, and this is the back loop. So that's the one you want to put it into. So put your hook under that back loop and make a single crochet stitch, same as usual. Then instead of going under those 2 strands, you want to only put it under that back loop. And then place a single crochet stitch, same as usual. And then continue. Place in the back loop, make a single crochet stitch, cut in the back loop. And then continue until you've placed one stitch in each of the existing stitches, which should leave you with a total of 18 stitches overall. So I want to mention now that if you ever find that your piece is looking different to mine, it might be a tension issue. So I'm making sure to use quite a high tension to create sturdy stitches. So yours might look bigger or looser. So I've got 2 stitches left in my back loops only stitch row. I place that as normal. And we're also placing a stitch into that slip stitch that we made. That counts as our end stitch, so we're also going to be working into the back loops of that. So once you've done with that row, you might want to just push it, make sure that it's popping out with the right side facing towards you. So you can tell that this is the wrong side because it doesn't look like V's, and then you can tell this is the right side because you've got those V's going on and those W's. For our 5th row, we want to place 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch normally. So we're going under both of those loops again, creating our first single crochet stitch, and then again under those 2 loops. Place those single crochet stitches under both of those loops as normal. Again, this should leave you with a total of 18 stitches, 2 stitches, and then you want to continue this pattern for multiple rows. So rows 5, 6, and 7 should all be single crochet stitches going through both loops as normal. Okay, so once you've done rows 5 to 7, this is roughly what your cone should look like. So for row 8, we want to create a pattern of 2 single crochet stitches. And then place an increase. And you want to repeat that pattern of 2 single crochet stitches. And 1 increase. And you want to repeat it for a total of 6 times, leaving you with 24 stitches overall. So for rows 9 to 13, you want to place 1 single crochet stitch in each of the existing stitches. Should leave you with 24 stitches overall, and you want to repeat this from rows 9 to rows 13. Once you're done with rows 9 to 13, this is roughly what it should look like. Now for the last row, we're just going to do slip stitches. So we want to place our hook in that next stitch, pull through, and then pull that loop through our second loop. I'm just going to mark that off so I know where the start is. And then you don't want to pull this loop too tight, otherwise you'll get a really tight slip stitch. See, it's really tiny compared to this one. Make sure that you keep that a little looser. And you just want to continue that all around the row. And then just to finish off, you want to take your stitch marker out, and then you want to just do a final slip stitch into that first slip stitch, and then you want to chain 1. Loop your yarn around your hook and pull it through, creating 1 chain. So you don't have to leave a long tail for this, you can just cut it and then pull through and tighten. So So there we go, that is roughly what your cone should look like when you're done. We want to start with a magic circle, and then you want to place 6 single crochet stitches, same way that we did for our cone. And again, we want to pull on that tail, close up that hole, and then we want to place 6 increases for our second row. And then continue placing an increase in each of those stitches for a total of 12 stitches overall. And then for our third row, we're going to do a slightly different pattern. We're going to start by placing 1 single crochet stitch, and then marking it with a stitch marker. And then we don't want to work into this next stitch. What we want to do instead is chain 2 stitches. So we wrap over, pull through, that's 1 chain, wrap over, pull through, that's 2 chains. And then we want to skip this next stitch. So we work into the second stitch, and we want to place 1 single crochet stitch, and then 1 increase. Then you want to repeat that again. Put 1 single crochet stitch, and then 1 increase. And then we want to repeat the whole pattern again. So we've done half. When we want to go back to the beginning of the pattern and place 1 single crochet stitch, and then chain 2 stitches. Skip that next stitch and work into the second stitch by placing 1 single crochet stitch, and then an increase. And again, finish by placing 1 single crochet stitch, and then 1 increase. So you should have 2 small gaps. You can probably not even really see them, but there should be 1 gap here, and then there should be another gap directly opposite. Then we want to create a pattern with 1 single crochet stitch, and then you have that gap. You want to work under that gap the same way that you would a normal stitch. Place your hook under those chains and place 3 single crochet stitches in that same gap. So 1, 2, budge them over if you have to, and then we want to create a pattern of 2 single crochet stitches over the next 2 stitches, and then 1 increase. And then repeat that pattern of 1 single crochet stitch, and then 2 single crochet stitches, and then repeat that pattern again right from the beginning. We've done half. Now we're going to go back to the beginning of that pattern, place 1 single crochet stitch, and then we should be over those chains. We want to place 3 single crochet stitches around those chains, and then place 2 single crochet stitches, and then 1 increase. And then repeat 2 single crochet stitches, and 1 increase. We want to create our 5th row by placing 1 single crochet stitch and then 1 increase. We're staggering the pattern on this one to make sure that our circle stays round, and we're going to want to create a pattern of 3 single crochet stitches and then 1 increase. And you want to repeat that pattern for a total of 5 times. 3 single crochet stitches and then 1 increase. And then to finish the row, you want to place 2 single crochet stitches. And then for your 6th row, you want to place 1 single crochet stitch in each of the existing stitches, leaving you with a total of 30 stitches overall. Then for row 7, you want to place 4 single crochet stitches, and then 1 increase. And you want to repeat this pattern for a total of 6 times, leaving you with 36 stitches overall. And then for rows 8 and 9, you want to place 1 single crochet stitch in each of the existing stitches, leaving you with a total of 36 stitches overall. Once you've finished your 9th row, your work should look roughly like this. Now for the 10th row, we're going to do our first decrease stitch. So we want to start by creating a pattern of 4 single crochet stitches, and then for a decrease stitch we want to place our hook under only the first loop of a stitch. So instead of going under and instead of going only in the back loop, we're going to go only in the front loop. This is how we make what we call an invisible decrease. So go in the front loop of one stitch, and then go in the front loop of the next one. And then you want to continue the process as though it's a normal single crochet stitch. You want to wrap your yarn over, you want to pull it through those 2 loops. You want to have those 2 loops on your hook, wrap your yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. Don't know if you can see this, but this stitch is a lot taller. It looks like it's 2 stitches stacked on top of each other. This is what it looks like compared to a normal single crochet stitch. So once you know what it looks like, you can make sure that you've done the pattern right when you're checking later. And then you want to repeat that pattern, 4 single crochet stitches, and then place a decrease, go under the first front loop, go under the second front loop, and then continue, pull through, yarn over and pull through again, and that's your second decrease. You want to continue that pattern for a total of 6 times, leaving you with 30 stitches overall. So here I am just checking if I've done 4 stitches, but I can tell I haven't because my tall stitch is only 3 stitches away, so I need to do 1 more. Then for your 11th row, you want to place 3 single crochet stitches, and then put 1 decrease. Continue this pattern, placing 3 single crochet stitches and then 1 decrease. Continue this pattern for a total of 6 times, leaving you with 24 stitches overall. Now if you don't want to put the extra edge on your ice cream, that's perfectly fine. You can stop here. You can do another row of single crochet stitches if you want. But then to finish off, you need to slip stitch, you need to chain 1, you need to cut, and you need to pull through. And that would leave your project looking similar to this. If you want to do that edge, you need to slip stitch, and then you want to work into your next stitch by placing a new type of stitch. This stitch is still similar to our single crochet stitch, except that we have to wrap our yarn around our hook before we even place it under the stitch. And then we're going to do this whole row into the front loop only. We have to place a half double crochet increase in each of these front loops. You want to wrap your yarn over your hook, and then you want to place it in the front loop only of that next stitch. And again, like in a single crochet stitch, you want to wrap your yarn over your hook and pull through. Instead of having just 2 loops on your hook, you will have 3 because of that wrapped yarn at the beginning. And then you want to wrap your yarn around and you want to pull through all 3 of these loops. And then again, wrap your yarn over your hook, place it into that very same front loop from that last stitch, wrap your yarn over, pull through, and then wrap your yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And there we've made 1, 2 half double crochet stitches, and we've made it an increase because we've placed them into that same stitch. So we want to continue doing this all down the row. It's going to be a total of 24 times, which leaves us with 48 stitches overall. And you want to just continue, wrap your yarn around, place in that front loop only, pull through, wrap around, pull through all 3 loops. Then repeat, going back into that same gap, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And then once you're done with that row, you want to just slip stitch into that first stitch that we made. And then to finish off, you want to just chain 1 and then cut a tail. It doesn't have to be a long tail because we're not going to use it for sewing. And then pull it through and tighten. And there we go, that is the top of your finished ice cream. So, what you can do now is cut this end here. You can sew it in if you're particular, and then you can sew in your end from your ice cream. I'm just going to use my tapestry needle and sew roughly into these stitches. It doesn't have to be precise, you just want to make sure that you're tangling that end into your work so that it won't come loose and let your work undo itself. Now I'm going to go back through, not in that very same spot because I'll just undo it, but in a slightly different spot. You can do it 2 or 3 times if you want. I think 2 will be fine. And then just cut off your end. And there you should have your secured end. leave you with your finished ice cream top. Repeat the same process to sew in the end of your ice cream cone. Once you've finished both of your pieces, you can set your ice cream aside, and we're going to just finish with the cone. I'm going to push this so that my work is inside out. So you can see they don't look like V's anymore. And here you can sew this in or you can cut it. I'm going to cut it not too short so it doesn't come loose easily. We're not really going to be seeing that part anyway. Now you want to take your ice cream coloured yarn. That's the one I would suggest. It doesn't look as different against the ice cream, but if you want to use your cone or a completely different colour, that is completely up to you. So once you've got it inside out, find your second row. So this is our first row and this is our second row. And you want to pick a spot between your second and third rows, just going around one of the stitches, and then you put your yarn over your hook. Now you want to chain 70 stitches. Just start slow, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you want to continue until you've got all 70 chains. How many chains you need also depends on how big your chain stitches are. I try to keep mine a similar size by not pulling more yarn than I need to have my hook through it. So if I pulled it out further, my chains would be bigger. Can you see how this one is a lot longer than most of these over here? And so you would need fewer chains, but it would also be looser and maybe less structured. So once you've done with your desired number of chains, you want to just leave a tail. I'm going to pull this bit out so that my chains don't come loose. And then I'm going to pull my chains through the 2 small gaps that I made in my ice cream, and then wrap your chains around your hook and use that to just pull them through that gap. And then you can just pull through the rest with your fingers. And then you want to repeat it, bringing it down on the other side, so go from underneath this time. Put your hook through that gap and then pull those chains. Once you've done that and your ice cream is threaded through that chain, you want to just finish by attaching those chains back up to the bottom of your cone. So I'm going to put that loop back onto my hook. So we want to count 2 rows out, 1, 2, and then you want to grab the stitch directly across from the other one between rows 2 and 3. So the first stitch I grabbed is over here. I'm going to get this one, which is the nearest one across. Place it under that stitch. And then wrap your yarn around and pull through and slip stitch through that loop that's already on your hook. And then chain 1. Pull through and tighten. And you can just sew these in or you can cut them. It doesn't really matter, we're not going to see them either way. If you want them really secure, sew them in. And then I'm just going to turn this the right way out. Just have the baby little marks of my chains, my threading through there. And there I have my connected cone and my ice cream. And that is actually our project fully done. So I'll show you how I like to use it. Here I have my lip balm. I'm gonna place it inside my cone. Pull my chains through. And then you should be able to just slip the top of your ice cream on top. And it should be sort of tight enough that it doesn't come loose. So I have to give it a bit of a yank for it to come loose. And even if they don't, even if they aren't fully snug, so mine's not fully snug, it should still stay roughly together because I've connected the straps to the bottom instead of the top. So there we go, that is our completed piece. If you want to add sprinkles to it or anything you can. I think I might add a little smiley face to it. So here I just have the strap of a bag. I'll show you how to attach it. You want to put your chains under the strap of the bag. And then you just want to pull it around your ice cream cone. And there you go. There it is, just attached to your bag. So nice and easy. And then not only is it a really cute accessory, it's also got your lip balm in it. And there you go. And then you can just stick it back in. Carry on with your day. Put your lip balm back in. Carry on with your day. And that's the finished product. I hope you liked this tutorial. I hope that everything was clear, and if you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I will do my best to answer them. I hope that you're happy with your finished project. I know I'm happy with mine. I think it's really cute. If you like this video overall, I would really appreciate if you could like, comment, subscribe. That would mean so much to me. I hope you guys have a really nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!